Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Apologies if lights are bouncing off me glasses. So it's bouncing off my head. I've just pulled out a couple of figures from the stash I wanted to make a start on. 54mm. One is a plastic kit from Historex Agents. Let me just make sure I've got that right. Yeah, well, it's Historex, but in the UK there's a Historex Agents, it's called, so down in Dover. So Historex anyway. And I have another one which it doesn't actually say who it's from, but it's a resin, which we'll have a look at properly in a minute. A resin French 5th Hussars, and very neatly done. Quite a nice little figure. Yes, I'm going to do them both together. Reason being, apart from a bit of clean up, the resin figure's more or less ready to, take a primer and go type of thing. Obviously, this is a kit. This is a kit and will take a lot more work. Now these two were sent to me by a good marrow of the channel, John Crome, so JC as he's better known as. Thank you very much, Mara. I'd sent him up a flat figure I painted of a French Hussar, and I didn't want anything back, but he said he wanted to send me some stuff down, and he did. It was stuff. It was a box full of Historex kits and other bits and pieces. So thanks again, John. So in a sense, it's going to be a collaboration, because John sent me these. I'm building them and painting them, and I want to do it as a tribute build. I never get this right. I don't know if it tributes, whatever. But it's a build for a marrow that's followed me since my old blogging days. My blog's taken down now, but which is Phil R in France. Phil, I can't thank you enough, Mara, for all the support you've given me over these many years now. You were the very first person I've ever was in contact with, type of thing, because I think within a couple of posts you'd put a comment down, and you continue to put comments down on my work. And obviously YouTube, we've both got a YouTube channel. There'll be a John hasn't, but JC hasn't, but Phil has. You probably all know him, but I'll put a link to Phil's channel in the description. So Phil, these are being built as a tribute to you. I specifically went in my stash pile to look for French subjects. You were nearly going to get any British one. I'll stir it up. But no. I thought I'd better do French. So yeah, this is going to be built in your honour, Mara, and painted badly, but they'll look something like. Well, I can't go wrong with the 5th Hussar resin figure, because he's already in one pose. You can cut off the head and change it for another one, which we'll see in a minute. But no, it's he's fairly easy. I can't stuff that up apart from the brushwork. But this 54mm Historex figure, it's a lot could go wrong, just like the Airfix. Now the reason I'm doing these now is by the end of the week there will be at last a final reveal on the Airfix Lancer figure. So I thought, well, I can legitimately. My wife was rolling her eyes saying, "Have you not got enough scattered around you?" No, the answer came back. You can never have too much scattered around. So yeah, I just thought, well, about to cough. Historex figure's going to take a lot of clean up. It's of its time. Bits of flash over most things. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's we just dig in there and get it done, don't we? That's what part of model building and figure painting is all about. So we'll have a quick go down the bench. I haven't got the overhead camera on, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look, but we'll literally tip the pieces onto the piece of black card, and we'll have a look at those, and we'll have a quick look at the resin figure as well, because that is a really nice little figure. So join me down at the bench, guys, and we'll take a look. Thanks for joining me at the bench. This figure is the 54mm figure of a chef d'escadron. Oh, sorry, Phil, and all my French maras out there. A major, anyway, in campaign dress. You can read it. it gives you all your information there, and then recommends you look at the number 76 book, Napoleon's Hussars. Now they'd actually sealed this, each piece was sealed, they'd heat sealed it, crimped it, whatever you want to call it, in its own little packet, which was quite good. So that's your base. Your tree will fit with a bit of clean up, obviously, but your tree will fit in there somewhere. It's just a nice little vignette. You've got his sword, Chabriquet, or sabotage. No, that's not Chabriquet, is it? Guys, remind Gav, he should know it. He paints Napoleonics for most of his living. Well, I won't call it a living, but you know what I mean. I can't remember. No, does it say on there? No, I should be able to tell you these things, but I'll rush at it. Never mind. Anyway, tree goes in there. You see the little footprints there. So once you've cut the casting plugs off, his feet will fit in there nicely. I think that's it's a nice little base put on top of a nice little plinth, and that'll go down well. He's got an eye patch. He's got a little pop in his hands. That's really nice little details, but simple. You know, you don't have to, if you're a first-time painter or a novice at painting, you don't have to do too many Austrian knots down his legs or whatever. He's got his overalls on, so that's a fairly simple paint, really. They're saying a light blue. I honestly can't remember. What I will be doing is I won't be surprised if they haven't taken it from the Napoleonic Men at Arms series from Osprey, but I've got enough. In fact, if you've got a Perry, if you've done the Perry box set, the Hussars box, they'll have all these uniforms on there. But it's saying light blue. It says the shako is black. I'll have to check that out though. I don't know how old this piece is, to be honest. There's no name on it whatsoever. It's not a. I can't see it being a recast or anything, because they wouldn't have gone to this much trouble with telling you what to do. Using colour illustrations and additional prints and photographs, paint the figure. It's actually really well done. Actually, how they've wrote it. You know, it's simple, but and at the very end it says the most important thing is to enjoy your hobby, and they couldn't have got that more right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing him. It's spare head if you want to do it with a bandage on, but I'll be keeping the eye patch, I think, and we'll use the head for another time. We've got his shako, his gloves. It says to paint them off white, which yeah, they're normally leather, but I normally dirty them up a lot. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of cavalry gauntlets are quite not so much like on our own horse guards, because they are for ceremonials, but the underneath where you're handling the reins all the time, they're always dirty. So I'll tend to, even on my 28mm figures or these little tiny 18s that are off to the side you can't see, I will paint the hands darker than the leather bit further up the wrists. That's Gav's top tip anyway. Very nicely cast again, and obviously it'll be upside down somewhere. But yeah, lovely little figure. So that's that. Now we're going to come on to the problem child, I'm sure. And there's our tree, which again is you know, decent enough. Old bust up. Maybe they've hacked off loads of bits for firewood. But no, that should come up really nice, I think. It's a nice clean. It is clean actually. There's very little. I can't see any pinhole bubbles or anything like that. No, I think that'll come up nice with a very slight bit of clean up, and you know, give it a good wash off for any release agent, and you're ready to go. So I'll turn this off and then we'll get back to the next one. Right, they give you a full uniform guide written. This is the English version. They'd obviously do it's a French company, and they give you a French version as well. I believe you can build any one of these. I will be going for this guy here, I think. I paint a lot of Grenadiers in bearskins, so they're saying the white linen trousers were often with a thin blue line, so the blue like ticking type of stripes, or you can have it white, or you can have it dark blue, obviously dark blue trousers. Might go for the stripes for a change, if I can pull that one off. You never know. You get this it's in like a card, and it gives you a bit of, obviously, front and back. You can do the white guy here. He's a Dutch of the 3rd Grenadiers, which later were joined onto the became the 3rd Grenadiers and joined onto the Imperial Guard. I did think of doing the Dutch, but I've painted them in 18mm and stuff, and I just thought, I just fancy doing something like this for a change. These are all for the 1804-12 period, so they've got the longer tails and whatever. You do the officer as well, so I believe. Right, I've tried to make some sense of all this. We've obviously got different pose legs, so we've got 3 lots. I'm not sure what our guy, I'll have to have a look later on to see which our guy will actually be. Don't know if I can change him around, I'm not 100% sure. Just the one torso. Strapping, you're going to have to use this is all they give you. Now the Airfix one, some people had trouble with the Airfix one, making all the harness work up and that on the Lancer. I've got to say mine, apart from a couple of small bits that melted with the hot glue, mine actually worked okay. Whether this stuff does, I'm not too sure. So we get the one torso. We've got little halves of bicorns, as I say. So there's a there's a fair bit of work in these. We've got little types of pom-poms. This with a bicorn was there every day. They'd normally keep the bearskin when not on parade, so this is the bearskin here. They'd normally have that covered up in one of these, which would normally be stripy material as well. Not always, whatever they happen to have at hand, but the bearskin would be strapped to the top of the backpack. And I believe if you've got the bicorn, you can, if you're wearing the bearskin, the bicorn's there as a half piece for you to do that as well. We've got the tails of the jacket here. Not a lot of relief in them, but it might be to scale, I'm not sure. We've got another bearskin, or have I just put that down? No, it's the same bearskin, sorry. So we've got a length of, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, goes around the bearskin anyway. Stupid head problems. We've got our backpack. Lots of little things which, even through looking through the viewfinder, I don't really know. We've got a shabraque with the sword and the bayonet in. Not a huge amount of relief to the. There's a bit there. Should be okay for what we need. We'll see. I suppose that's supposed to be the greatcoat rolled up. It's a bit of a naff effort really, and it's even not even curled up at the ends. You'd probably have to either paint the folds in or chisel it out a bit. Musket looks fairly straight. The bayonet's attached there. Obviously you can clip the bayonet off if you want to. These fairly yellowed out arms are in there as well. Again, I'm not sure what's what yet. And I believe that's it. So as I say, I call it a problem child only because we've even got corporal stripes here. And long service stripe, I should say. So yeah, head, face. They always say it's about the face. They say these are quite soft in the face. That shouldn't be too bad. It's a bit like the Airfix one. It's of its age, but we could still probably get something looking like on that, I reckon. We'll see. Right, so that's it. believe you, from what that card shows, you can make an officer, and then we get a load of buckets and pans and whatever. Mess tins, I take it, to put on the back of the backpack. Some spares after that. We've got a couple of different types of the gourds and drinking canteens. So we've got a gourd there. We've got the glass bottle in the wicker frame, carrying frame, and the old metal one as well. So again, takes your pick. So I believe, it'll come. This should come up well. It's going to take some fitting, no doubt. A fair bit of flash over everything. Needs cleaning off. As I say, it's mainly you've got to do all the strapping yourself. It's not moulded on there, so I could try using this ribbon type material. We'll just have to see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm looking. I've been waiting to do this for since John sent it. It's just, with my head I go off on tangents and do everything else. But yeah, this is for, so with the help of JC, who sent to me, these are being built as a tribute to my Mara, Phil, in France. So Phil R, these guys, sort of get a head up here for you. These guys are a tribute to you, my French Mara. Thank you very much for the support over all the years. It's meant a lot, so thank you very much. So there'll be a link to Phil's channel. Please go and check him out. He does some cracking little videos. He's not like me. He doesn't swamp you with videos. He does what he wants to do. He's a war gamer, but his little videos, he puts a lot of animation and history in with them as well. So you don't have to be a war gamer. You can just enjoy what's going on and learn a bit at the same time and look at some really nice figures. So yeah. This will be an ongoing project, obviously, like they always are. When they get finished is when they get finished. But at the moment, this is what's on the go. I'm going to spend a few hours now, not so much cleaning this one up, because it doesn't need a lot, but there'll be some, and a lot of clean up, and working out where all those legs go, and where our man is with it. As I say, we're going to have him carrying the bear skin, wrapped up. And we're going to have him in his bicorn, his marching order, I suppose you can call it. You do get this simple little plinth thing here, but we won't be bothering with that. I think we'll drill the base of the whichever legs we're going to use and mount him onto a base that way. So thanks a lot. Sorry, it's a bit of a rambly one. I haven't done one of those for ages, but it's slightly quieter in the house today, so I just thought I'd get this done and present this stuff to you, what's going to be happening next. So look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.